Yo, what's good? What's poppin'? What it is, what it ain't, what it could be, what it should be, what it would be.
Cam Newton, the son, Mr. Boogie the All.
Here with another episode of Funky Friday. And I promise, and I really do promise,
to give good content for the masses.
but most of all, ladies and gentlemen, and I promise to keep it funky for your asses.
Where even though I am a stand-up comedian primarily, I'm also a preacher. I do things to give people the light without the Bible in my hand. So that's the difference between me and the average preacher. The average preacher walks around holding the Bible. I make quotes that are Bible-like that I didn't even read out the Bible because I didn't read the Bible all the way through, but I did listen to it on audio. I don't know if that, is that the same thing if you listen to the audio if you read?
What version?
Whatever version was on that audio. It started out with Adam and Eve. Eve, you a funky bitch. We living in sin because of your ass, goddammit.
I'm not married. I have beautiful children.
How many?
8.
I didn't do my research. I thought it was 4, but 8. Okay.
No, baby.
Cool.
It's
By how
8.
many women?
3. And this is the kicker. I want more.
By multiple women. What's the intent?
I
I'm
just want
saying,
God
or by
to
your
bring
wife?
them. I just want God to bring them.
Oh, okay. And you have, so you just
Because
bring them,
my
okay.
point is this. My desire to get married is lower than my fear of divorce. So, as you would say it, Dr. Brian, you said it, I didn't say it, I will agree. I'm just taking my time.
You're not taking your time.
I am, though.
You're being very action-based. You're not taking your time. You're being very action-based.
I'm taking my time.
You're being very action-based. You have 8 kids with 3 different women.
Yes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active, okay? So you're creating, and disclaimer, the kids are innocent, they are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies, because I can't wait to be a mom, and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far, but these families are still broken.
Give me the proper etiquette, because it's so much of what since we're keeping it a buck, coming from a straight man to a gay man, how does a gay in a straight encounter happens without everything being...
You would talk to me the same way you talk to your homies, because some of them are probably gay too. Now the thing about it is, people don't want to tell their friends they're gay. They be sitting there playing PlayStation, they got that MB2K, whatever, smoking that blunt, not knowing. He'll probably give you a blowjob if you just really set the right scenario. Somebody called it a bro job the other day. I was like, what? I've never had a bro job. Anyway, it's a blow job. I think you have the conversation with your friend, straight or gay, just assuming that might be a little extra friendly if nobody's watching.
I never went to a strip club for women. I always went to strip clubs for guys.
Really?
And I'll explain this, Mary. I'm a competitor. So I wasn't gonna spend no money if I didn't see nobody else spending money. As soon as I seen somebody thinking that they got money, that's the competitor in me to be like, okay, you spending 5, I'm gonna spend 6. If you gonna spend 10, I'm gonna spend 15.
And Onyx, you said these exact same fucking words.
Straight up.
You said, oh, he wanna play. I got it, I'm having it. I got all time, you said, I got all day to do this. I'm gonna make this back tomorrow.
Sometimes you gotta hook up. I gotta hook up at the airline. It's spirit, but bitches who ain't been nowhere don't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? So I put them on spirit and bring them to come see me. I ain't dissing spirit, but I wouldn't fly that motherfucker. But, you know what I'm saying? It's expensive to fly girls where you want them to be, but spirit is out there. As long as they ain't got a lot of bags with them, the flight is really $150.
You have thrusted yourself into a realm not a lot of people in sports get to.
Right.
So when you do see, Unc Zesty, or, stepping outside of, I don't know now, and we don't never see him post no woman, he just got all these damn dogs. Red flag. How do you respond?
I'm in a no-win situation. Because if I respond, they say hit dog holler. If I don't respond, they say, well, if it wasn't true, he would say something. So if I respond, I'm a hit dog. If I don't respond, he's hiding something. So how do I win?
Call me crazy, but if I don't see,
I like crazy.
if I don't see all sides of my woman, I seen something here recently where somebody said, I've been dating this man for so long, I'm paraphrasing, but I've been dating this man so long, I still have to go downstairs to take a shit.
Oh my God, I don't understand. You know what's crazy? I was married and I never felt, I just don't feel like a man should know when I fart or not.
That's not me. I'm in that motherfucker with you. Cause I gotta smell your shit. I need to know all sides of you because I'm an overthinker. I feel like if you're gonna go hide to take a shit and you know I'm not gonna go in there, what else you doing in there? I need to know. It's like my kids.
He like, so what is this right here? I was like, man, that's 4 grams of weed. He was like, you know how much that can take you down for? I'm like, man, let us just pass the misdemeanor. He talking about, you're in Brookhaven, buddy. Atlanta's Atlanta. This is Brookhaven. different laws in Brookhaven.
Jurisdiction.
I said, man, that when I had to pull my white man voice out. I'm like, so what you gonna do? Boy, you gonna throw it away or what? He like, he wrote me a fat ass ticket.
You're the last person to have Andre 3000 rap.
Yeah, I appreciate him.
He don't do that for everybody.
He doesn't.
And on the same track, have Future.
Absolutely. Dungeon Family, man. It was an event. Rest in peace, Rico.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That power right there alone, without even knowing music or rap, to bring those two rings together, that tells you your brilliance, that tells you your reach, that tells you the respect that people have.
Yeah, I appreciate them, brother.
You see what I'm saying? Coming from Atlanta, like you don't get 3K like that.
Yeah, you don't. You
know what I'm saying?
And you better rap when you get them.
And you better have something to go. Cause usually he out raps.
Yeah, you said usually, but not with me.
Movers and looters. I don't even know what you said, bro.
Hey, man.
But movers and looters and hooters.
Shooters with Rugers. See, these were my tutors, and my tutors taught me a terrible miracle.
Yeah.
You can lie, cheat, and still kill in America, be celebrated like Captain America. Fuck it, I'm with it. Let's get it. This nigga and niggers in Bentley, Valet, and Lennox. Man, I'm a villain with chillin', so I'm never chillin'. I gotta make millions. Used to be dope with the dealing, but that got a ceiling when we know the usual ending. Niggas get rich and go bitch and go fed and go snitch and go fuck up their family and friends. Me, I go to Germany, earn me a couple of million, return with a couple of Benzes. I go to Brazil and just kicking and chill on over the hill, still fucking on women. The world got no mercy, so I had to show them like Percy, talking about Miller. With me, it just can't be no limit. 100% authentic. See, I got no gimmick, so I ain't perfecting no image. You know, protecting no image. You know, I'm rapping my ass off. Nigga, whenever else you ever heard a nigga say I'm the loneliest monk in a dunk? Like, that's what I be saying for niggas who be claiming to listen to lyrics and shit.
They not
when have you heard a nigga say I'm the loneliest monk in a dunk?
Right.
That means, nigga, I listen to as much Tribe Called Quest as Trick Daddy as any nigga. Like,
and I'm still a nigga riding around.
In a dunk.
Come on.
And I'm literally, and I'm not bullshitting. The dunk I bought from Wingo from Jagged Edge. It's right in my warehouse in East Point. And I pull out playing Thelonious Monk and Miles Davis and John Coltrane in that motherfucker riding on Virginia Avenue to the barbecue pit.
Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without Daddy being there. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear, do it anyways? And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior. To say that I am going to create these homes. Let me go better. I'm gonna build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't gonna create a home in them. I'm gonna wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still gonna be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm gonna build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're gonna feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health-wise, and community-wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men would what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife, and then you have all these other houses that are homeless. But you over here, at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will. You'll get whatever you want. You're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. Epitome of selfish. I'm done, you can go for it.
Okay, say less. All right, so what identifies as a broken home?
What you have going on with these, whoever you're not in the house with is a broken home. It's called a blended family. Called a blended family.
That means?
That the family is blended. So blended
So
means,
blended means broken?
Yeah.
Okay. So the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Got it, okay.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids.
As high as?
Whoever doesn't have kids, whatever age he is with no kids.
I just.
No, that's the age. I'm saying I don't have an age range as far as how old if he has no kids.
So your
he's a candidate.
non-negotiable is a person who does not have children.
My non-negotiable is a person with kids, but yes, I get how you're saying it, yes.
So you cannot date a person, you cannot be with a person.
I can, but I'm choosing not to.
So?
I can be with anyone, but I'm choosing not to.
You're
I gotta correct it, it's my narrative, Cam.
You're
I
like
can,
jumping in, jumping out, it's either.
Cam. No, it's not I can't. There's no such thing. I can date whoever I want. I am definitely well equipped to do so.
Okay.
So I'm not going to allow that word to be something that fits what I can't do. I'm well equipped to date anybody.
Yes.
My preference,
Yes.
because there's nothing wrong with a lot of men who have kids, so I don't want to put that narrative out there.
Yes.
My personal preference is I would not choose to date a man with kids.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're dating a man with kids. Just a scenario.
Oh, okay, got it. Yes.
You're dating a man with kids.
Yes.
So you've identified that that's a broken home from the jump. With your verbiage of blended family means broken.
I've identified that I'm dating a broken man who is creating who he is, because we could teach what we know, we create who we are. And so broken people create brokenness, whether it's through a child, whether it's through a relationship, whether it's through themselves. It doesn't have to be a beautiful baby, but you're creating brokenness. And broken people can come from married households. I'm not saying that a two-parent household can't create the result of a child who then has brokenness and creates broken blended families everywhere. I'm not negating that.
That's not my point.
No, I know, I'm making that point. But yes.
But my point.
My answer is I not only identify that those homes are houses without a home because he's not in them,
Yeah.
but also that he's a broken man.
But you're going to be with a broken man.
No, I won't. I just said I wouldn't be with a man. I wouldn't be with a broken man who has multiple kids. I will take
No, not multiple. I'm
well,
talking.
a kid. It doesn't matter.
So you're not going to date a man with children.
No, but let me clear this up because you said I won't date a broken man. That's not what I said.
No, I said, are you, listen to what I'm saying.
I heard you.
Doc.
Let me answer it. Hold on. We all have a level of brokenness. So will I date a broken man? Yes. Am I going to date a certain type of brokenness? No.
You gotta laugh, man. If you hold in a laugh, you're cheating yourself. A laugh is the most genuine thing that you can do. It's one of the, listen, when people come to my comedy shows, sometimes a lot of guys can't laugh because they are in a situation where they being ran by their lady. So they do this. Because, you know, I talk about things that they go through. It's just they feel like I'm not supposed to talk about it, like abortion. Bitches kill kids. Bitches kill kids more than anybody. So when I make jokes about this, I don't expect you to not laugh because your lady don't want you to laugh. You supposed to laugh, argue in the car. That's what a real relationship is.
My purpose is work. Nothing causes me to get out of bed like work. It's why I struggle to sleep at night, because I can't turn my brain off. I might call one of my EPs of Nightcap, Ash, at 2 o'clock in the morning. This is what I'm thinking. When I call, I expect the answer. Don't send me the voicemail.
I felt that. So, Ash, you better answer that goddamn phone.
Everybody, when I call, I expect an answer, or I expect a prompt response. And if it's not, I need to know why, because we're in this together. We go on vacation at the same time. There is no vacation until I take a vacation. It's not for everybody. It's not. I'm not for everybody.
Somebody's gonna take that clip right there and say, he's a narcissist. He's a control freak.
Call me what you want to, but you also call me successful.
I'll never forget when I was married, my husband, I said to him, listen, when you raise your voice, it scares me. It frightens me. And when you frighten me, I'm coming for you.
No, you ain't.
Yes, I'm coming for you. I'm coming. Broom, mop, frying pan.
Grits.
Grits, okay. Because I'm scared.
Yeah.
As opposed to me going into, don't talk to me.
There's a fine line with smothering and control, right? Like for you, what was like the thing that you felt safe where he like, okay, this, all right.
The first day he came to my house to see me, I felt safe instantly. The first day, the very next day, I left. I went out of town, and I was so safe. I left him there, and he had to leave. And I was like, "Don't leave. You're never leaving. We're gonna stay in the same house, the same bed every single day from this day on." He was laughing. He thought that was crazy. And then we moved, and after that, we moved together. We went and found so we could stay together. I didn't want it to be his house, and it's like, yeah, your house is nice and it's cute and all that, but come over here right now. Like, I want you to come right in the same space as me.
And this happened all in 1 year.
Yes, in 1 year. We've been inseparable ever since. We've been together every single day. And I'm talking about working days off every single day, 365 days of the whole entire year. We've never went a day without being together. Whether I was working, flying, traveling, sleeping, he was working, flying, whatever. It was every single day.
You ain't get tired?
I'm a smother and get on his nerves all day, all over you. Like, just put me in his skin, put me on his driver's license. You know, like the driver's license, put me right there on the side, like right there. Yeah, it's our license now.
I didn't know it was gonna go viral. A lot of these clips that go viral. I remember when I did Cam, I remember getting up and I turned back and I look at my Cat, and I look at my producer and he's shaking his head. I'm like, oh man, we done messed up. So I'm like, what did I say?
Yeah.
Did I say something? Did he? He like, this is gonna be the talk of 24.
No way.
I'm like, you think so? He's like, Shannon. And he's looking at me just like I'm looking at you, Cam. He's like, Shannon, this is gonna be viral for the whole year. I said, come on, man. I said, so I'm thinking at that point in time, Steve Harvey is my is my most viewed podcast. He's at 8 million. I said, you think we're gonna beat Steve? He's like, yeah. But here's the thing I tell people, if I'd have had Cat mic'd up from the time he got out of the truck until the time he sat down, it'd have done 100 million. Oh, he was on it.
I think it's over.
In here, you think it's over, or in here, you think it's over?
In my head.
What does this say?
It would never be over.
Okay, right. It's something you always have. What would be your intention for going back? Let me flip the table for a minute. I'm going to interview you for a minute. What would be your intention for going back on the football field?
If we're keeping it above,
Yeah.
money.
Okay. Is that enough?
No.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. You couldn't pay me $1 million a minute to go back to fix my life. Not $1 million a minute. Done. Complete. Because it was a thing whose time has come. And anytime my gift, my work, my purpose, anytime my gift, my talent, my purpose becomes work, where I'm doing it for the money, I gotta let it go. Because it's easy to be corrupted.
I think for us women, we want you to have this certain like persona of us. That even when I was down to my period, I was very meticulous. Like, you would not know I had my period. You will never know I shitted. You will never know I farted. And it's just out of respect for my man, because he has to see me in this one little element.
But that's the type of man that you was talking about. I'm talking about me personally. I can't talk.
But I'm just saying, I don't even think it had anything to do with the man. It was just me, and like, I can't. Like, he has to just know this is just this.
Yeah. But I'm trying to tell you.
Everything else I'll tell you, but I
No.
don't want you to smell my shit.
I got to. Cause me, I'm the engulfer, and like I smother. Like when we in each other, like, nah, hell no, I gotta go shit.
See, I'm a golfer too, but like, I was never married to someone that was a golfer.
Like, no, yeah, I need to, that's your stinking ass.
That's probably why the fly.
It's all right. He trying to hit this conversation. You feel me?
You know
Shit. But that's just the whole premise of that.
Get that?
You trying to get the joke. You with the joke.
You're talking about shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Fitting, huh?
Well, when my sister got out of prison, I was left by myself to try to help my sister. I was 32 years old. I didn't know what to do, and so my sister needed a lot of help. I was on the road, I was on tour, and we had this family gathering. And you know what? For the first time ever, I'm gonna tell the story. I've never told the story before.
Look again.
This is why I stopped talking to my biological mother. 32 years old, my sister gets out of prison, and I'm the only one trying to help her. And she needs a lot of help. Where's she gonna stay? What's she gonna do? Because again, she has been in prison with this institutionalized drugs, all these different things. I found a ministry that I paid these two ladies to just kind of mother her and nurture her. And she stayed in their house with a few other ladies and young girls that were kind of going through the same thing. And my sister was still struggling with drugs and, you know, her body and use for drugs and all these different things. And it was more than a 32-year-old boy could handle.
Correct.
And my sister has a younger daughter who's like a child to me and Tammy. Her name is Monica. Incredible. She came into my life, she was 14. She showed up at my doorstep and said, "You my uncle." I didn't even know I had a niece. And so she was 14, I was about 31, 32 years old. And so Monica is living with this lady who's like a grandmother to her. And so I say to Monica, I said, we need to, and to the ladies my sister's living with, we need to find a way to get people together to help my sister.
Right.
So we reached out. I had somebody reach, it was either Monica, somebody reached out to my biological mother, Deborah, Sandra, and then they have another sister named Dee Dee. And we needed to do an intervention to help Sawana. Because again, this is not my daughter. Sawana's not my daughter. She's my sister. Sawana has a real mama living. And I need help from the family because again, I don't know.
It takes a village.
It takes a village.
Right.
So I called, I'm trying to remember if I called. I don't think I called, but I had somebody call everybody together.
A representative of you.
And so we met up all together at the house that Monica was, that Sawana's daughter Monica was living in. And when we all met up, everybody showed up, but my biological mother, she showed up with her new husband. Nobody had ever known this man. Nobody knew who this man was. She shows up with her new husband. So we're trying to do this intervention. And it's not going well because my biological mother has always had a temper. And the way she was communicating with my sister was not compassionate, was not healing, and it was a struggle for me to watch the way she was handling my sister. It was very difficult.
Them dates, that shit matter. That me time, that shit matter. When shit changed, cause shit changed when people had children.
Yes, sir.
Even when people had children, you like, damn, you ain't the person you, cause we used to date, nigga.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't dating no more. When the last time you been to the movie? When the last time y'all just went to the drive-in? You still fucking the car, nigga? Do some of the freaky shit. Do some of the shit that the reason why y'all was, yeah, fuck outside. Go do some shit. Do some shit. Act like you're 17 again.
Yeah.
Do that shit. To keep the love, they be like, man, I fuck with you, man. You crazy. We have been, we been tripping. What shit ain't even that deep. We been tripping because of the stages of life have changed.
I had Cat on. I had Ricky Smiley on at first, and we was talking about the Friday situation. Ricky said he was originally supposed to play Money Mike. I didn't know that. I didn't know if anybody, so I'm thinking, I'm getting some information ain't nobody else know.
This new news.
Yes, so I'm like, oh man. Ricky said he was originally supposed to be Money Mike instead of the thieving Santa Claus. So I felt good. A couple of days later, Cat says that's a lie. And so I'm like, what? Why is he upset? I mean, it's not like he said that Cat did a bad job as Money Mike. I didn't realize in what Cat later came on to refute is saying that wasn't the case. So they were like, when Cat said, you let him lie, I said, Cat, I'm assuming, I wasn't on the set. I'm assuming that what he's saying is true because he was there. I've got no reason to believe that he or she is coming on the show lying.
Correct. Hey, how long you been married?
We've been married since '92. So what is that? 32 years.
How? Like for the masses.
We want to be.
Yeah.
You gotta want it. You just gotta want it, man. You can't. Like I don't want nobody to have my woman. She mine. I'm hers.
What's the word that we just had somebody on? The relationship has to have staying power.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like certain things in the culture has never changed. It's just all about how you are locked in with your partner. Temptation happens, not just from a man's perspective, but also from a woman's perspective. Tragedy happens. Growing apart happens. You don't stay with a person for as long as you've been with your person and can honestly say, man, every single day I wake up and it's just, doves flying.
I mean, but who in your life is it like that with?
Yeah.
You don't like your mama every day. Some days she get on your nerves. Some day, your brother, sister, people that you love and spend a lot of time with. Every day ain't gonna be roses.
Yeah.
You can't expect that from your spouse. You know what I mean? It's all about, are y'all a family or not?
My girl cried when Vanessa lost Kobe.
Jackie.
My girl cried for Vanessa when she lost Kobe.
Empathy.
She like, that's sad. I'm like, yeah, baby, I know, baby. It's crazy. You just gotta pray for him. Not knowing. My turn. We don't think of these things. This is everyday. This shit real out here, man. Folk think this shit real. Nigga, you can lose your mind about this shit. And that's not how I'm doing ain't the norm for the conformed people.
Yeah.
It's the norm for the people who know what I'm talking, who know how I'm walking. Because it's greater on the other side, and the other side is eternally, knowing that when you meet your Heavenly Father, I want to be able to not ask. I ain't really got a question. I know deep down inside, I was obedient. Every test I've been put through, I stood tall. Every test. Every motherfucking test. Every test, nigga. Anything that I've been tried on or had to face, nigga, I've been tested, nigga. Stood tall on that shit.
Of course you're not.
And that type of brokenness is a man who has kids outside of me isn't something that's conducive for what I want forever.
But will you date him?
No.
So that goes to my point. I'm trying to ask a question. You have two different men right here. One man who has...
I will not date a man with kids.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Yes. I will
But
not.
do you understand, just off of the statistics?
Here we go. Go ahead and be a statistic and say it, because I hear it all the time. And it
What?
say it.
You say what you're saying, and I'm going to either...
Based on statistics, most men have kids. Go for it.
At your age.
But that's why I said early on, Cam, when you said young and remember the patience of me being older woman, I said, well, for, you know, a woman who has certain qualifications or criterions like no kids, that would be, I have to have enough brain cells to know, baby, that's the payoff. Okay, he may be younger, successful, no kids, but now you have to make sure you implement the patience. Or you get you an older man who has kids, and he could have been married with his kids. There's a lot of different scenarios why men have kids, okay? But then you don't have to have as much patience with him as maturity-wise. But do you want to have patience to say, and it's not even dealing with, because that's not bad, you want to have enough patience to gut the fact that you are dating a man with young kids or grown kids, and that's against what you want, your value system. For me, I rather choose the poison of, I'll have patience with you, baby. We'll just have to figure this out, and I'm cool with that, and we'll have a good time in the meantime. Then I know that you have kids. It's against something I never wanted as a child. And now, if you have young kids, I'm gonna be very involved because I'm a loving woman. I'm never gonna take
But you're giving a scenario that you're saying...
that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Right, and those are the reasons why I wouldn't do them.
For sure.
Because I'm gonna be involved, right? I'm never gonna be a woman who's not.
But I must defend this situation. I have 8 children. And
8 beautiful babies.
I will not, no baby mother of mine could ever say that she's a single mother, because single mother insinuates that she has no help. So for me in my situation, life be lifing. That's a common...
Yeah, it does, I agree.
And my situation is a product of life happening. So,
and none of us are exempt from it.
Of course.
Right.
So we have preferences.
100%.
We have things that we could say, okay, I would love to do this. I'm raised in a church, so my father would always direct us to say, hey, be this, be that, be that, be this. But I can also tell my father this, your reality is not my reality.
100%.
You walking into 7-Eleven is different than your son walking into 7-Eleven.
Sorry.
Makes sense to you. So I can agree with you, and we can agree to disagree, that I'm not creating broken homes. I'm doing the best with the situation that I was given and am given. So hands-on father, absolutely. I don't subscribe to just bringing fatherless children or motherless children into this world. I have an unbelievable relationship with the mothers of my children. And it's healthy co-parenting that we show the children real love, real communication, real orders of operations. And I think that's key, because even though we have this unspoken societal pressure to do this and be this, but that's just not, that's a unicorn that you're waiting for. Because if I'm sitting up here telling you like, yo, I have aspirations to have this, but my experiences have shown me that that person really doesn't exist. So when I'm asking or I'm asked questions of, is the expectations unrealistic? Because my reality has garnered unbelievable connections with women around the world. Not in Africa, I haven't been in Africa, right? But at the same time, I've been able to make the best of my situation. And I can't say that that situation ever resulted into a broken home. Is there ever a situation where a female leads?
Never. Never. How the female gonna lead? I don't like men when I knock on your door and your woman answer the door. And you in the back. Who is that, babe? That's a cake-ass motherfucker right there. You the man. You have to run it.
Like, I remember as a child, the times that I would be around my biological mother, she was a firecracker. I'm a firecracker.
Correct.
You know, I got that too. And so the way that it was going okay. It wasn't going the way, you know, that I pictured in my mind, like the Hallmark card. You know what I mean? You know, you know what I'm saying? I had in my mind the kumbaya.
You're Kirk Franklin. You thought you had everything under control. People think you have everything. You're wearing designer from head to toe. You sell out arenas. You do this, you do that. Everybody knows who you are. But
I can't fix this.
Okay.
And I'm 32 years old. See, I'm 54 now, so you look back and like, 32? I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
So as this intervention ended, Deborah, my biological sister, well, my sister and myself, as it ended before we were about to leave, we all three hugged. We all three hugged because, mind you, we hadn't been around each other in years. When we started hugging, it was either Sandra or Dee Dee. I think it was Sandra. One of them said, oh, this is, well, I could hear one of them say, this is so beautiful. This is the way family should be. This is the way y'all need to be doing. Y'all need to be, and then I said, hey guys, this is not about us. This is about Sawana. This moment is about Sawana. We need to focus on Sawana.
Right.
After I said that, Deborah's new husband in the corner, he yells, what you need to do is call your mama sometime. I said, sir, I don't know who you are, but she's the mother, I'm the child. He says, yeah, but you call yourself a Christian. My boy, I retched up and made my way over. I was giving go, and it turned into a whole mess. And it got heated, it got bad, and my mother did something that crushed my heart. She grabbed his hand and said, come on, baby, let's go. And she walked out of the house on her two kids. And she stood by the side of this Nigga.
Nigga.
I can't say it because somebody always says something when I say it.
I will.
And walks out with him. And they told me I must have blacked out because they told me what I said is they said I followed them outside on the porch, because you're in the hood, you got porches.
Yes, sir.
They said I walked out and followed them on the porch and I yelled at my mama, that's right, go ahead and walk out like you always do. And the fact that she took that man's hand and she did not say to him, baby, you stay over there. This is between me and my kids. Kids that I know I did not raise. Kids that I know I did not nurture. Kids that I know I did not protect. Kids that I know that I did not provide for. Kids that I know that I did not defend. Kids that I did not love. Kids that did not have their mama. You stand over there and let me deal with my kids. She did not deal with her kids.
I didn't know that it was going to go viral. A lot of these clips that go viral. I remember when I did Cam, I remember getting up and I turned back and I look at my Cat, and I look at my producer and he's shaking his head. I'm like, oh man, we done messed up. So I'm like, what did I say?
Yeah.
Did I say something? Did he like, this is gonna be the talk of 24.
No way.
I'm like, you think so? He's like, Shannon. And he's looking at me just like I'm looking at you, Cam. He's like, Shannon, this is gonna be viral for the whole year. I said, come on, man. I say, so I'm thinking at that point in time, Steve Harvey is my is my most viewed podcast. He's at 8 million. I said, you think we're gonna beat Steve? He's like, yeah. I'm hoping for 10 million.
Yeah.
That's all, Cam, if I get 10 million, I'm like, that's a pretty good interview.
Yeah.
Think about how few people that's in this space that interview people that don't get 10 million.
For sure.
So if I get 10 million, that's one of the biggest podcasts. Now, that's not Joe Rogan's numbers, but that's pretty good for an up-and-coming podcast. Right. So I felt good. Man. But here's the thing I tell people, if I'd have had Cat mic'd up from the time he got out of the truck until the time he sat down, it'd have done 100 million. Oh, he was on it.
Cam, if a woman walked up to me and said, motherfucker, I was hustling when I did this. This is what I had to do to get it at the time. I was hustling. Do you know that opens up my mind to make me see, okay, I get it. You was hustling. You was out there lost without your leader, which is a man. You was out there. I can understand stories like that. But most women get BBLs because of vanity. It is not nothing to do with their grind. When you out here trying to make it, man, you would do some of anything, man. I used to do dirt when I was a young man trying to get some money. I grew out of it because it wasn't in me to try to always sneak the next man. It wasn't in me to do it like that. So I wasn't real good at it because I always felt like I'm doing some dirt. Vanity is dirt. It's a major sin. You know what I'm saying? If you out here getting a BBL because you want to look a certain way, you a crazy bitch and will be treated as so in the long run by me. That's just me though. You ain't got to worry about me though. I'm just one man, goddammit. Shit, there's a whole bunch of motherfuckers who think your BBL is, I'm gonna marry her. That girl got a big old booty. She got it done. Get you one of them motherfuckers.
Now, one thing that I do respect about Cat, he came with a lot of receipts.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as if I'm looking at an iPad to keep me on track. Man, his mental focus throughout the whole thing was so admirable because I'm like, yo, no, you said this about this person or that person said that. And
He had studied every Cat. He had studied every interview that I had done, conversation I had, he had studied. Because a lot of things that we didn't mention on the show, he was talking about it but if you notice, he was like, he was doing this, he did this a lot. So his recall, everything that somebody had said, that he had a question, it didn't happen like that. Because I asked Said, Cat once accused you of stealing a joke. Said, I didn't steal the joke because the timeline doesn't match up. And I think he said something to the effect, if you look at how his joke ended, how mine ended. Cat came back, he refuted that.
Feet to the fire. Who gave the best love?
In what way?
That resonated with you. Who do you yearn for? Now, being open and free and...
Out of those? You know what I will say? I wouldn't say I long for any of my exes, but what I will say is that my best sexual experience ever in life was with a woman.
What? Can we talk about it?
Oh my God, can we? Without me getting excited and sliding off this couch?
I mean, you got them, them leathers.
I don't want to get you wet or anything.
No.
Ay, yo. Okay, you know how I said I didn't need one? This is about that time.
So it's very
Damn,
evident.
I'm getting excited thinking about this.
It's very evident that you are labeled a bisexual.
I wouldn't say label, but I am an open bisexual, proud and, I don't know, like I'm proud.
Okay, but how? Like, how did we get here to the mood of like?
Thank you, baby.
Is
You
that
put,
straight?
You put Red Bull. Okay, she got me.
It's Red Bull?
No,
Okay.
she would never do me like that. We gotta get through this.
About to say, slow down.
My liver is made of.
Cadet.
This is my liver at the bottom of your shoe.
But knowing who you've become, what was the experience to get you to know, like, oh, I like this?
You know, anybody I've ever been with, there's a connection. Like, I don't just, like, I'm not one of those people like, oh, I'm bisexual, I'm a fuck on this, fuck on that. Like, that's not me. So it's more or less of a connection, and it just so happens, like, you know, I've been able to dive deep and have a real love connection with both sexes. So that's how I know for sure. And like I just said, like my best sexual experience, orgasm, to this day, a woman holds that title. To this very day.
You don't have to name any names, but were they on this list?
No.
Damn.
Yeah. She's a dope woman too. Like if I was to
My question is, was she like a woman, or was she a stud?
She was lipstick, baby. Lipstick.
See, there you go with that. I don't.
So stud means more of like a masculine kind of woman, and a lipstick is like that. And she wasn't a pillow princess either. Pillow princess is a bitch that just like lays there and just gets eaten and does nothing.
Obviously not, because if you're talking about the best experience of your life, you can't be no lazy lay now.
Yeah.
You gotta get after it.
Damn, you gonna make me want to call her.
Well, hell, call her right now then, goddamn it. Shit, everybody want to motherfucking know. FaceTime this motherfucker, hell.
Got it. So this is my thing. You can label it whatever your hurt ego needs it to be labeled so that you feel good about your choices.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, a family consists of a dynamic. And that dynamic consists of two parents and a child. And when you start to create that multiple times, that's called a blended family. Mm-hmm. And when there's somebody missing from the home, but they are the school daddy, meaning I pick them up or drop them off to school, or they are the sports mother or father, I come to the games, but they're not the, I wake up and go to sleep with my kids. That household now is broken by the, by the family dynamic. Hold on, that does not mean,
You're not describing me.
That does not mean, Cam, that you are not a dynamic father. That does not mean that you don't have a great relationship with him. I'm talking about the political construct of a family.
Societal construct, political construct.
If that's, if you want to, that's what I'm saying. If you want to call it that, that's fine. Listen.
Those things that you
whatever we label it doesn't change our decisions, though.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what you don't understand.
So all of your baby mamas live in one house?
No, they do not. But my children stay with me.
So then it's still a broken household. The mothers aren't in your home, so it doesn't make a difference.
But that's making the best of the situation.
Right. And listen, and let me say this: that part, I agree with.
Mm-hmm.
That part, I admire in you.
Okay.
That part, I think is amazing.
Right.
Cam, look at me. That part, I say thank you for being a man who's vertical, who stood up and dealt with his decisions, whether it was decisions you liked or you didn't, or you planned or you didn't, and you did what you had to do. That's called a man, baby. So thank you for being a man.
Yes, ma'am.
And doing your thing, seriously, with the best that you have. I think that's amazing.
Right.
And I say this, follow up, not to negate everything I just said, because I truly believe that and feel that. And I love that you did that. You didn't leave them fatherless. My father didn't leave me fatherless. It changed my life because he didn't leave me fatherless. I used to sit with him randomly and say, Daddy, thank you. For what? For not making me a fatherless little girl. Because I ain't out here desperate. And I got a daddy I can come home and nest in. I got a daddy I can come home who's a gangster, a street dude. I can make a phone call and you there.
It's done.
And you there. So I ain't looking for no street, excuse my language, nigga, to save me. I got my savior. I'm good. And the street dude to save me may crucify me. I'm good. Daddy ain't gonna crucify me. See, there's a difference. So with you, I'm saying thank you, because my father has 6 of us by 5 different women, but he was a father. And so when you say, Doc, but I'm a daddy, don't negate that. I hear you more than you believe me hear you, because I had a daddy who was a father, and he wasn't in the house with all of us. But from a woman who was a little girl who had the best daddy I've seen a girl have straight up to this day. I'm not saying you ain't, but that's my daddy. I wasn't in the house with him. So the things that whoever he was in the house with, that environment is different from me coming over and seeing it. Now, for your babies, they all live with you. Their environment is different from when they go with mommy, and mommy has whoever's in that house. So the roles have just switched, but it still makes, not the kids, hear me out, it still makes the household dynamic is a blended broken household. It doesn't mean that your babies have to grow up broken. This is what I want to be clear on. It doesn't mean that you as a father can change their life. Listen, I beat the odds of being a baby mama because I had a daddy that wasn't in the house, but he was in my life, he was in my ear, he was in my ass about decisions. So this is why I'm saying the household, baby, is still broken, but it doesn't mean your kids have to be. But it's about coming into awareness of what really is. And like my father knew, he had blended families, broken homes, but he tried to overcompensate, and he did in every way he could by being a daddy. So that's all I'm saying is we can label it what we want, but the reality is this is what a blended family looks like, unless you're telling me it's polyamorous, and you're not. This is what a broken household looks like. Now, let me go further. Do broken households make for good people? You damn right. I'm not a statistic. I ain't perfect. I work through my stuff. I come from the inner city of the hood. I'm a product of teenage parents, a dope dealer and an addict who is now sober and killing it. My mama's a VP of my company, runs everything, got her own business, and I'm a doctor. So people like me come from situations like that. So I'm always advocate for it, but I'm always keep it real about what it is. Because in order for us to take it and heal it and do something with it, we gotta call a damn duck a duck so we know where to put it, what to feed it, how to do it, and what it needs. We can't be in this society as Black people and want to give things different words so that it makes us feel better about our decision. The decision is made. It is a broken home. It is a blended family. And now what are we going to do with these beautiful babies? So that your son, you got boys? I'm guessing out of 8, you got to have some boys. So that your boys make different and better decisions than daddy did. Not that you didn't do the best of what you had, but so your boys can say, Daddy, I admire you, but I did it different. Daddy, thank you for not letting me be fatherless, but I did it different. Your daughter can say, Daddy, I only married him and got all 5 kids with just one because 2 things, you was in my life, and because I didn't have to choose from despair, and because I love you, but I didn't want to have 3 or 4 or 5 kids by multiple men. So I chose different than you. But watch this. But he has these similarities about you that I love. He's loving. He won't leave me hanging. He's stable. He got my back. Because that's what I love about you. But your choices is what I didn't choose in this man. And that's okay. I don't choose my father in men who have the multiple kids, but I choose my daddy in men who are solid, and who got my back, and who love me unconditionally, and who dote on me, and still treat me like his baby at 41. That's all I'm saying. So you're doing a hell of a job, thank you.